today we're looking at the Jinan. It's a light cruiser, but it's not as weak and flimsy as like the British line, for example. It doesn't get completely deleted, especially if you're angled, but it does a really high DPM and especially great torpedoes. The catch with the torpedoes is they can't hit destroyers. They're deep water torpedoes, I think that's what they're called. They can't hit destroyers, but you get loads of them and they do loads of damage. The ship's also getting a buff in the next patch, which should increase the torpedoes damage, but still does 18k. The guns are still really high DPM and decent fire chance for the reload speed. That's why I would still go main battery modification 3. But I'll go torpedoes for the third upgrade place, because you don't really need dispersion and all that type of stuff with and DPS cruiser like this. The reason I like the Jinan is mainly because, like I said earlier, it doesn't get blown up. It's got a good DPS. It's got a smoke screen, which it's more of a moving smoke screen. You have to go quarter speed, but its lasting duration is literally 35 seconds, I think. But it's on active for about 25 seconds with upgrades, so you can move around a bit on it. And you want to be careful when you're activating the smoke screen, because you don't want to get you see a Minotaur on the smoke screen, you try and absolutely destroy him if you're in a battleship. But the Jinan, you can move a little bit, and the firing angles are pretty good, so you don't have to just sit full broadside. But the main thing about this ship is the torpedoes. It's like for this game, for example, there's only one destroyer, one sub. So you want to play it as a destroyer in a game like this, I would say. So I'm going to go towards A flank in this game. And as you see, there's a sub on our left side. So that means there's going to be a sub on A side as well. So once we get their sub, or if we get their sub, then I can play this game pretty much like a DD. Got that low detectability of 9.8, which is, some people say, oh, that's not DD detectability, because it isn't. But when they've got no DDs, they've got no subs that can spot you, then you're pretty much a destroyer. With these torpedoes and the torpedo reload, you're literally a destroyer. But for the first half of the game, and for games that ain't got one sub or one destroyer, you're gonna kind of play it like a British cruiser. But I'd say slightly more aggressive, as long as they don't have a radar. And you always want to play around an island, because look, just in case you get caught with radar, because we don't know what ships are on A flank for them, you don't want to get deleted. You want to be able to take cover. But with these torpedoes here, as you can see, if you hit C, you can change the firing angles, like which torpedo tube shoots, which is actually a tiny bit useful if you're looking for certain angles around islands and stuff. But the early part of this game, we just want to hug a island and get ready to smoke. But we don't really want to smoke it. It's like a last resort of smoke screen, even if you get 4 of them. You don't want to play it like out in the open. Oh, I'm smoking here, I can just spray it as much as I can. You want to just sit on islands. And the thing is, this ship's got enough. Well, I say enough, it's got a tiny bit of armor where you can just sit nose in here if a cruiser were to come around the corner. But obviously a battleship will come around, you get deleted, but you can fight ships more than most light cruisers. So we're just chilling here. You want to stay a little bit away from the island so you can lob your shells. We're just chilling here waiting for the destroyer, their sub to pop up. We don't have launcher depth charges, but we can always shoot them, which people always forget. I don't know if they forget, they just like don't want to waste their shot, obviously. But some subs don't instantly dive, so you can get a shot off also. And I think this is why Jinans get a bad rep. Look at this geezer, what is he doing on B flag? You think, oh, he's just going there to cap, maybe sit behind that island. No. They're pretty bad torps. I really wanted to get him off. But here, for example, see if we can get this sub. He's diving pretty much straight away. But you could maybe catch him with a few shells, because all it takes is one and then he starts leaking oil. But it looks like Zhao's expected our smoke screen.
Data.
You're expecting our smoke screen, or he had the same idea as us. But look at Jinan. This is why I think Jinan's get a bad rep and why their stats and all that. Not too high with like DPS and survival rates. Like, what is this guy doing? Could be a bot. I was playing at like 1 AM. Which I think you can get bots in this game. I don't actually know. Seems like it half the time. But yeah, this guy, he hasn't been smoked. Just gotta look out for TORPS. In the instance that we were to get pinged by the sub, you want to go straight looking at him, and you don't really want to damage con it unless you're full broadside or you're expecting TORPS pretty soon. And even then, if you've got your nose somewhat in, you can dodge him quite easily. I think this Zhao and our smoke is going to be, yeah, they just shows. I hate it, now we just want to dance around this island. Some Jins, and this is why they always die, would hop around this island, try and get some TORPS off, look. And they'll go full speed left. Which we can do because we've got an island in the way of most of them ships at the moment. And this BB's not looking at us, he's turning towards us now, so we're going to angle. And we're not angling for sake of bouncing shells, we're angling to try and nullify how many shells hit us. Yeah, he might be on damage con now, but it should be a fire. 10% at the moment. I have fire chances now. Look at the fire rate. At least like 3-4 servos in the air. But I think there's a commander skill. I still need to get the 5% commander skill, so that'll be another %. I kind of want to stop shooting now because we're not going to get him. Even though he's in our range by like 0.6 of a kilometer, the shells take so long. But he's slowing down, so. But you always want to be mindful of who could delete you, really. So even though we can't see their BBs, we can see what direction they were last in, what they were doing. And now that the sub's dead, we're going to kind of play it like a destroyer. Warning indicator is pretty good. Now, it's very unlikely that they're going to start pushing in, but you can always just launch one set of TORPS, keep one on you. Now we're gambling a bit here because we want to. It's a bit boring over here. Like they're all gone undetected. They're probably running away because we've got quite a few ships on this flank, and they're down 2 ships. So we're trying to play a bit aggressive. I unluckily shoot a second before spotting this guy. That's the new Pan American BB, which has a detectability of like 11.5 or 6, I think. If he can get it down to that, so we didn't see him when we first came down the corner. But they're to smoke. And I can't remember what that ship's called. There's a cruiser over there that has the airstrikes, which I hate. But we do have defensive AA, but you can never shut them down before they leave. We've got the smoke, so we're chilling. I think our Zhao's seen us smoking, he's like, I'd have a bit of that. But yeah, you can see in the top middle center in the KL, it's about a 45-second minute smoke screen. Now I should have probably stayed in the smoke, but I wanted to wander a bit like a DD, use my detectability, but then could have been hit by somebody else. Which I don't know what launched these. Because them TORPS are what? 40 knots? I don't know, actually don't know what launched them. It could have been that ship that does the airstrikes. We notice this guy's not looking our way, he's not going to get us. And he was just getting our detectability range, so he spotted us in there. Now, sort of caught out here by this guy. I'm praying he doesn't swap to AP right now. Trying to get a little bit angled. I mean, if he swapped to AP now, this could be pretty over, but he shot another HEs. Now we're moving forward to use our detectability and play like a destroyer, but we shouldn't really be doing that until our smoke generator's back up. But anyway, he's out of our detection range, so we're going to stop shooting, do a bit of dancing. And nobody's looking. We've got the warning indicator when people shoot. More dark. And we go back to playing like a destroyer. And look, we really nearly got 2 million potential in a light cruiser like this. You know, you don't really want to be taking 2 million damage potential, because all it takes is one salve, one BB, and you're gone. But this has better survivability in my experience than your typical light cruisers. But we're gonna see if we can poke in B, see if we can get the cap. But this guy's coming forward. This is the one with the airstrikes. This cruiser that's wandering forward. So his indicator was last around about here. So we'll just drop a torp. Got one coming up in 4 seconds. We're gonna drop that and then hit the reload.
Our victory is in sight.
Hit the reload. Now here, you know, look at the scoreboard. What, up 5 ships? Yeah, I was like, oh, let me just move forward. They're probably all retreating. So always run back to A line when they're losing this badly. But I still haven't spotted this guy, so I'm like, oh, he's got to still be on the island, so I'm just going to drop some torps left. And then, unlucky for us, he's right in front of us. Now, I forgot about this. Slash didn't really know about this, but obviously each ship has a detectability when shooting in smoke. Now ours is 5.6, I think, 5.7, but I thought it was like 4. Don't know why. It's normally half, or like 60% of what your detectability is, just normally. But we landed top on this guy, and then I'm like, oh, he spotted us in smoke. So now I'm just like, it's got too much DPS, I can get off of him before I pretty much inevitably die. Ping for help, but really I'll put myself in a situation.
Screen set. Ship is on fire.
So we could kind of have a DPS fight. But he's got this complete, them BB shells miss. We're hoping he's going to get out the detectability in about .1, .2 kilometers and extract the leases. Hate that shit with a passion, but there's 3 million potential in a light cruiser. And that's kind of how you want to play. That you might get him 5 seconds after we die. Unlucky for us, but we want to run the game. Mainly because I think our team was just slightly, don't want to use the word, but better than their team. But we took the brunt of most of their team's fire from that game. I'm really happy that Jinan's probably going to get a buff next patch. If you look on forums and World of Warships page, they've got a balance update coming. It might be in December, but they've released it on test server, and Jinan's getting a massive buff. And I think Jinan's going to be really strong next patch. So I would recommend you do the line. The line's fairly fun. I'll probably do a video on some of the boats in the line, but the line's pretty good. Subscribe down below. I'll probably do a video every 2 days on a different boat. I'll do more in-depth guides, I'll do how to play certain ships, I'll do ranked videos, what boats are good for ranked, and a lot of CV gameplay and CV guides.